Finally, you might associate a visit to church with Sunday worship or maybe a carol concert at this time of year, but at St Peter's in Shipley in West Yorkshire, they're replacing baptisms with body slams.
Yes, well, Katie Oscroft thought she'd like to find out a bit more, so she's been along.
Introducing first!
That's not the sermon you can hear coming from St Peter's.
Wrestling is all about the story of good and bad.
But that is the Reverend, not on the altar tonight, but in the ring. This is pro wrestling getting ready to rumble for this congregation in Shipley.
I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a go. It's a bit different, so you've got your quirkiness, but also it does attract people.
Yeah!
It is a new way in which we can try and reach people and tell stories about God.
Most of the wrestlers aren't Christian, most of the people who come to the events aren't Christian, but that's what's so cool about it, is that this is people coming into church who normally would not come into church. How are we helping people turn their lives around? We've got to do something different.
And this is Pete being different.
I'm the berserker, Joel Corbett.
When you think about going to church, you think about cold pews, you think about, the vicar droning on, and it just brings a different dynamic and it brings a different audience to people who would never actually think, oh, I'm going to go into church. There's a lot of conflict in the Bible, and we can depict that with action in the ring.
So you say a prayer, then you throw your opponent out the ring.
And then ask for forgiveness afterwards.
Pete, or was it Joel Cobra, was keen to get me into the spirit.
Oh.
I'll probably forgive him for this in time.
Is that being gentle with
That's me being gentle.
Someone else taking a leap of faith is Katie the referee.
You wouldn't think it now, but when it's score time, it is locked in focus, and they are not messing with me. They are following my rules, whether they like it or not. If I see it and it's not right, it's not happening. It's not happening in my ring.
You know they're all bigger than you.
Doesn't matter.
When you say heavy. And don't mess with Leonie either. Do you enjoy hurting people?
Depends on the person. Sometimes I feel bad, sometimes I'm like, oh no, it's fine, they deserve it.
Pity the deserving causes on the front row, because all the wrestlers are singing from the same hymn sheet, like Liam from Sheffield.
It's one of my my bucket list things to do as a wrestler, like it's definitely wrestling in church, because I think it's something that you don't often really get to do. So having the chance to do this is just fantastic.
You can get away with wearing lycra as well.
Yes, if you wear this normally, you do kind of get a bit of funny looks down the street.
Anything goes here, but when the final smackdown comes in front of an adoring crowd, it feels like worship in this church in Shipley will never be the same again. Katie Oscroft, ITV News.
Wow.
Fantastic.
What do you make of that?
I've seen Katie in a new light.